Hey everybody, Nick here again with Big Flick Energy, bringing you another movie review, and today's is for the Suicide Squad, not to be confused with Suicide Squad that came out in 2016, made by David Ayer, and known by most to be one of the, if not the worst superhero movie slash DC movie that they've made. This is the 2021 version made by James Gunn, who's also made Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, which were crazy fun movies. This comes as no surprise that the Suicide Squad also is an insanely fun ride from beginning to end, a little bit more visually violent than the first one with its R rating as opposed to the PG-13 rating of the 2016 version, but I think the R rating allows the jokes to kind of have a bigger range for that adult audience. I do think that it was very important that they did that to make sure that the audience knew that they weren't taking themselves too seriously, as it seemed like 2016 Suicide Squad still was. This isn't a sequel, it's almost a soft reboot, so there are some same characters, i.e. Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag and Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and then you have your new characters, Idris Elba as Bloodsport, and John Cena as Peacemaker, which are the marquee characters. But even the background characters like King Shark were excellent. And it's kind of funny how James Gunn mirrors some of his characters. So King Shark only has a limited vocabulary and is a non-human part of the team, as was Groot with his limited vocabulary in Guardians 1 and 2. You have a character in Polka Dot Man who, although I did not know much about, I had heard of him prior to this movie. He absolutely crushes his scenes that he's in, brings a little zaniness. David Ismalchin always does a good job. And then you have Ratcatcher 2, who I did not know about prior to this movie either, but she has a very big part in the movie, so it looks like they were able to evenly space out the responsibility for the characters, which was something in the 2016 version did not have. 2 hour and 12-minute runtime wasn't overly long, but long enough to still get the important messages of the characters and the overall movie across. I did not necessarily do a time check at any time in the movie. There's some movies where you're like, kind of just want this one to be over. But this one truly did captivate me from beginning to end. I think the jump from the 2016 to this version was light years away from each other, and I absolutely loved it. I've seen it once in the theater now and once on HBO Max, which you can still see through September 6th, but I strongly suggest if you have not seen it yet, go see it in the theater. Get the viewing experience that way. The final climactic boss battle is so much better in that regard because you have the full screen to kind of feast your eyes upon what's happening. I won't say any more than that to not spoil the ending. But yeah, cannot say enough good things about this movie. Absolutely loved it. Don't think that I'd be stretching to say it's probably my favorite movie of the year, the one I enjoyed the most for being a movie, not necessarily just for getting back in or not getting back into seeing a movie in the theater or not having seen movies in a long time, when I've had the lulls here and there. But truly from a movie perspective, this was the best time that I had and the movie I enjoyed the most throughout the year. Maybe one more that's in contention that I'll do a review for here in the next couple days. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Would love to know what you think. If you agree that this one was much better, or if you disagreed and why. Definitely would love to hear a different perspective if there is any. But if you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for? Definitely go watch it. It's a little bit, like I said, a little more violent, but totally worth the way that they use it in the storytelling. So thank you again so much for your time tuning in. Really, I'm trying to be better about putting these a little bit closer together. So hopefully, if you have seen, you've enjoyed it as much as I did. If you haven't, go take a watch, a gander, if you will, and go ahead and go spread that Big Flick energy. Thank you.